Hello Murder Crew, welcome to another Pokemon Guide. Today our spotlight Pokemon is Scizor. So who is Scizor? Scizor shares characteristics with flying red ants and mantises. It also shares characteristics with wasp mimicking mantid flies. Scizor is a corruption of Scizor, or a combination of scissors and razor. So you can see this. The theme here is kind of like a mantis with razors, basically. So it's just like a pretty brutal looking mantis. That being said, with the wasps, I actually was attacked by a wasp while during a stream the other day, so that was fun. What happened? Oh god. Oh jeez. That is a wasp. Oh boy. Okay. Woo. Oh shit. There's a wasp in my room. We're gonna be right back. Now that we see that, I think we get along our way here with Scizor. Let's go over to the Scizor stat sheet. And as we can see here, the stat sheet looks pretty nice. We got a bug steel type. Its light metal is the hidden ability for Scizor. Swarm and technician are its other abilities. Tier is OU. It has 70 base hit points, 130 base attack, 100 base defense, 55 base special attack, 80 base special defense, and 65 base speed. So overall, Scizor is pretty well equipped with the stats. It could be higher in speed and hit points, but that's the the trade-off you get for having really high attack at 130. So this is gonna be a very powerful Pokemon, and it wasn't until a little while ago that Scizor was overlooked for a while when it first began, until recently when it was able to have the bullet punch, and to be able to use that and equip it with the technician. It became one of the highest used Pokemon in the meta. And yeah, that's Scizor's stats. So let's go over Scizor's weaknesses and resistances. Now, as we can see here, there is a ton of green on this stat sheet, and there is one orange, which is fire. It's 4 times weak to fire, which is understandable considering it's a bug and steel type. But having 0 other options here with a 2 times or 4 times, but it has many neutrals. So that means Scizor is able to tank a lot of hits in the format. And as we decide over here, you got the green that's just very flourishing. You have the it's completely resistant to poison types. It's 1/4 times resistant to grass types, and half times resistant to normal, bug, steel, psychic, ice, dragon, and fairy type moves. So this is a definitely balanced Scizor. Scizor is a definitely balanced Pokemon, and we're gonna really try our best, use that in the meta. I know that Scizor isn't in Brick Bronze yet, but so this was decided by votes. So we're gonna speak hypothetically. So what if Scizor was in the format right now? How would it fit into the format? And I will try to guide you through that with our Pokemon Showdown. Alright, I'll see you guys over there. Alright, here we are in Pokemon Showdown. We got Scizor. So let's start off with an item. We're going to lead off with Life Orb. Since we don't have Scizorite to make it as Mega Scizor, we're going to go with an item that's, pretty good. We don't have Choice Scarf either, so we're going to go with Life Orb. Holders attacks do 1.3 times damage, and it loses 1/10 of its maximum health after the attack. Which seems like a big deal, but not really. Alright, let's go with the ability. Swarm is nice. When this Pokemon has 1/3 or less of its hit points, its bug attacks do 1.5 times damage. So if you used X Scizor, it would do 1.5 more damage if it was under 1/3 health. But that seems a little bit too risky. You don't want to get revenge killed being at 1/3 health, so we're not going to go with Swarm. And for its hidden ability, it's called Light Metal. This Pokemon's weight is halved, so that makes Scizor faster or lighter. So it moves like let's say Grass Knot. It does less damage because of that, so it doesn't make it faster. It just means that it won't receive as much damage because it's lighter. So here is Technician. This is the move we are actually going to use. This Pokemon's moves of 60 power or less have 1.5 times power, includes Struggle. And I'll show you guys here in just a second why we are going to use Technician. And that is because of its priority move, Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch is a steel physical move, has 40 power, and it usually goes first. So that's its priority move. It's going to do a lot of damage due to the Technician, and you're going to be the first one to hit the opponent. So Bullet Punch is a very good move on Scizor, and what really makes Scizor. Alright, for our second move, we're going to go Swords Dance. Swords Dance is a normal move, and it raises the user's attack by 2 stages. So that already Bullet Punch, that's been increased by Technician and Life Orb. We'll see another increase by Swords Dance. For our third move, we're going to go with Scizor. And the only reason we're going with Scizor is because we don't have Bug Bite in the format right now. We don't have a move to teach us Bug Bite. Otherwise, I would choose Bug Bite over this one due to its fact that it would be helped by Technician. But Scizor is 80 power Bug type move, physical, and it has no additional effect. So it's going to do that 80 power, and it's going to be nice with a Swords Dance. It'll do its job. I've always actually kind of liked Scizor. I get a lot of people that ask me why I like to use it. I don't know. It just doesn't. It's always going to be good for me. If you don't want to use that, Night Slash is also good. Has a high critical hit ratio. It's going to deal with Pokemon that it's going to deal with your Ghost and Psychic types, which is going to be good. And Dark moves always hit, so I don't see why not. You can definitely go Night Slash. It's up to you. Has a high critical hit ratio, 70 power. You'll get that boost from Swords Dance and Life Orb anyways, so it's going to do a little bit more damage. And for our final move, which is really good on Scizor, is Roost. It heals 50% hit points, flying type removed till turn ends. So it removes the flying type, but it's going to heal you 50%, so that's going to be really good. Alright, let's head over to stats. Okay, let's go for an Adamant Scizor. So it's going to raise our attack and lower our special attack. Let's go max attack and max hit points and the rest in defense. We don't really want to invest in speed just because Scizor is not going to really outspeed anything. We want it to be bulky and we want it to hit hard. So Life Orb will do less damage because we have a lot more hit points, so that's the trade-off there. And we're going to do max damage with attack, so every hit that Scizor is going to land is going to be 1 massive damage due to Bullet Punch. Alright, that's our first Scizor. It's a bulky physical sweeper. So let's go over our second option. Alright, so this one's a little bit similar. It has the same Life Orb, has Technician, but what makes it different is that we, instead of Night Slash or Scizor, we're going to use Iron Defense. Iron Defense reads, it's a Steel type move, raises the user's defense by 2. So what was already a pretty defensive Scizor is going to be even more defensive by using this move. It's going to have Roost, Swords Dance, and Bullet Punch again. Bullet Punch will always be on Scizor. It's its best move, so we're going to keep it there. Alright, let's go over to stats. And it's going to be Adamant again, 250 attack, 252 hit points, and the rest in defense. And of course, in a perfect world, the 31 IVs in every category. And that is our version of this Scizor. And now for one that you would likely see from me because I love the move that's attached to it, and probably one that you would probably guess I would use in PvP, this Scizor is going to be a little bit more defensive. We're going to go with our defensive Scizor. It has Leftovers, Technician. Leftovers reads, at the end of every turn, holder restores 1/16 of its maximum health points. Moves are going to be Bullet Punch again. We're going to go with Swords Dance, raise the user's attack by 2 stages. Roost heals 50% of the hit points. And Baton Pass, possibly my favorite move. It's normal, user switches, passing stat changes, and more. So you're going to get those Swords Dance moves, and you're going to be able to pass those along to the next Pokemon. And that could be your Leafeon, your Umbreon, your Blaziken. You can pass it along to like a Mawile if that was still in the game. So that's our moves for our defensive Scizor. Let's go over to the stats. We're going to go with Nature as Impish. It's gonna raise defense and lower special attack. Our special defense is gonna be maxed out by 252, and our hit points at 252, and the rest goes into defense. So average overall, this is gonna be a very bulky defensive Scizor, which can tank a lot of hits, and they're gonna have to switch into some sort of fire Pokemon to deal with Scizor, which would if they did, and kudos to them. But hopefully the Scizor can land, take a few hits. All right, that's our Scizor. All right, guys, thank you for choosing this Pokemon. If you guys want to choose another Pokemon for next time, please leave in the comments, and the one with the most likes and comments will be selected for our Spotlight Pokemon. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and as always, please subscribe. I can use all the support I can get. And this is I Am Murderface. Sign out.